Pete Buttigieg surges in a recent poll. So Pete Buttigieg placed third in a pretty important New Hampshire poll. If anyone knows anything about primary season, we want to pay close attention to polls that come out of Iowa and polls that come out of New Hampshire. So for Pete to show up in one of these polls, polling third, that's worth paying attention to. The top three goes like this: Joe Biden, 22%, Bernie Sanders, 15%, Buttigieg, 10%. So why is Joe Biden in there? I don't know why they keep putting Joe Biden when he hasn't announced he's running. Some people are having a problem with this. I have a problem with this. I just don't want to see his name until he's running. Is that really that hard to ask? I don't think it is, but he just needs to stay out of the polls so he announces. But anyway, one more time. Joe Biden, 22%. Bernie Sanders, 15%. Third place, Buttigieg at 10%. And this poll is called the St. Anselm College Survey Center poll out of New Hampshire. So, like I said, it's good to pay attention to these polls. And, Pete is surging in other polls too. And what I said in a previous video is that Kyle Klinsky said we're going to have to watch for a centrist that's going to make progressives nervous. And I'm calling it again, Pete Buttigieg is that guy, that person who's going to make progressives very nervous. I know Pete is a pragmatic progressive, but if you don't know what a pragmatic progressive is, at this point, it's a centrist. It's disguised centrist language, where pragmatic progressives are more likely and more willing to sacrifice progressive values for bipartisanship, for whatever the political leaning is, whatever the political situation may be. Pragmatic progressives will sacrifice progressive values when they see fit. And as a progressive, I'm not having any of that. I'm a progressive all the way. I want the most progressive candidates possible. And Pete Buttigieg is not that guy. And listen, I like the guy. He's a good mayor. He has a good record. He's a diverse candidate. He's a very smart man. And there's no hate toward Pete Buttigieg here. There's more progressive candidates than Pete Buttigieg, is what I'm saying. And we need to vote for a progressive, a Bernie Sanders, a Tulsi Gabbard, an Andrew Yang, a Mike Gravel, Marianne Williamson. There's so many more progressives in the field that we should be paying attention to. But like I said, Pete Buttigieg will be the centrist that gets progressives like me a little bit nervous. Because there's got to be one. There's always one. And actually, people thought it was going to be Kamala Harris or Beto O'Rourke. No. I think it's Pete Buttigieg. I think with his donations going up, his polling going up, I think he's the one we have to watch out for. So let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and click the bell on the side.